There's yours.
Okay, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, what
Echo,
about
echo, Delta
yourself?
Bravo.
Uh, I was able to hear me. DM is a little echoey.
I didn't do it. I've changed no settings.
Uh, so echo, echo, Delta Bravo.
Okay, he's sounding good.
Okay.
Money in case I do need to switch devices, it may take me a couple seconds till if I go quiet because my current device I'm speaking through kind of got.
Plug it
But
in
hey,
then.
that's what they say. Multiple devices. Hey, it's a little complicated trying to find a proper plug, but don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. We will get back to play. Get her back to play. One second.
Mentions. Okay.
You should have them on separate slides or separate sections. We're unmuted. Is it still capturing desktop audio?
Brought to you by Urokage Kage.
Yep.
Urokage.
Remember to unmute us.
I
There
have.
we go.
Welcome again to another exciting adventure here at Power Go with our wonderful crew of Masternauts, their heroes. Starting off is our wonderful hero of water, Wilda. Mind introducing yourself again?
Sure. I play Wilda Thrussell. I am able to transform into water. And, yeah.
Point. Followed by her best friend and pet cat, Spencer.
Okay, what sound does this just do?
Hi there. I'm Spencer. I punch things and I take a lot of hits. I also run really fast and do other stuff.
And you're a cat.
Oh yeah, that too.
But everyone else thinks it's just a suit. And on their travels are with their friend, Edward Follinger, aka Transient. Would you mind?
Greetings, everyone. I'm Edward Follinger, also known as Transient. I am their alchemist.
As well as their detective, Dahlia.
I'm Dahlia Blake, aka Dead Girl. I'm a zombie who also can teleport and do like Adam's family stuff with her body parts.
As well as their recently rescued friend, Jace, and his and his unique hovercraft, Rockin' Prime.
Things. Sometimes they work. Also,
Wonderful.
don't have a healing name yet.
When we last left our heroes, they just barely managed to stop Boomhilda from causing gravitational destruction at the Class Act Casino. Unfortunately, the Class Act is now under reconstruction for the next few weeks because it has lost at least a good 80 feet of the 100 feet it originally stood at. But now you've also picked up knowledge through some of the translation between Edward and Dahlia that there is a possible abandoned apartment being used at the industrial center sector where they're going to be meeting up at. You do recall her working with two other members of their particular trifecta. One a manipulator of matter, one a manipulator of time. And you do recall that they and all of you can deduce from the earlier newscast and from finding her at this location that they might be over at those other two locations causing those chaos until the radio broadcast from Gloomhilda. Right now, you're currently sitting inside the Central Park area, getting a little breathing room from the Class Act. Everyone else is still gathering around, not gathering around, but scrambling away, enjoying the new freedom since they've all been hampered down by a gravity field that is no longer up. How will you keep your guys' cover going from the center field area towards the industrial sector? As right now, people are currently openly snaking you while running away. And you can already hear the sounds of sirens and more than likely newscasters coming along with them. How will you make your speedy escape?
Spencer Express. Spencer Express.
I'd like to go to the entertainment district. So, I'll meet you there?
Spencer will give you a thumbs up and go, I'll meet you there too. I'll be there faster though. Well, maybe slower. I have to help this person as I reference the woman Spencer was helping last time.
Close by him is a young, shaken lady who seems to still be in Class Act uniform. She's clutching a paper envelope that she was trying to pass off to a previous client or customer at the hotel or casino.
We find the
Spencer,
guy.
Yes, you have already saw the guy as he was walking, heading towards the, I want to say the Jackie Black Casino and Resort.
What happened?
You're currently still seeing him heading over there as he's trying to just get away from the trauma. Would you like to try to stop him with the girl in tow as the others are preparing to head over toward the industrial center?
Yes.
Industrial center.
Entertainment.
Sector.
Wilda's headed over to the entertainment district. I'm following her there. Everyone else is free to do what they want to do. Our dad is in the supermarket, and we're going to help him.
I am riding your back, piggyback style,
To where?
Spencer. So wherever you're going, Dahlia's not gonna abandon you guys.
Okay. First things first. Spencer is helping out this woman first. So.
So just to quickly paint the picture here, Spencer, as you're getting ready to help the young lady, you feel yourself being grasped by Dahlia, who does not want to be, left behind given her current state and circumstances. She wants to help.
Well, if she's climbing onto me, it's kind of like climbing a statue. There's like absolutely no resistance.
Wilda, you said you were heading off over towards the entertainment section to go double check that one particular event happening at the supermarket close by your dad's work area, the Lone Strip Club in the food sector.
Yep.
Did you tell anybody else about this?
I said it out loud, and then I'm gonna go through the pipes.
She did.
Remind me again, which piping area were you going through?
Sewer system.
Yeah.
All right, so you were finding an available manhole.
No, I can fit through a storm drain.
Yeah, storm drains.
Fire hydrant.
Floating along with it down there.
Water.
All right, once more, let me double check. Your past, you would have found it. You would have found it with your past perception, no problem. Was anyone going to follow or stop her?
Well,
Why?
I said Spencer was going to go ahead and help and follow her to the entertainment district, but not directly. He's just going to help this woman first.
Well, just so you know, the entertainment district is going, I would say, on a compass rose pattern, northwest. You are actually heading straight east, as the Jackie Black Casino is more eastward.
Okay.
He can see the guy. He can move fast enough to get there. To the guy.
Immediately.
All right. Yeah. All right. Double checking one thing to make sure that your presence doesn't freak out the guy, then because you are just a moving cat person.
I'd make the joke that if I was more feminine, I would not freak him out, but
Sadly, you did not choose the right clothing today.
unfortunate.
AJ, so you mind giving me a ride to the entertainment district?
All right. Believe it or not, that is a base half stress with the +2 minor improvement since you do have the young lady with you with the envelope. So as you drop, you're not rolling anything. This is passive.
Okay.
You just had a minor improvement of 2 since you had the young lady with her, with you. So going from that, you managed to drop her off. I would like you to give me a quick explanation of how you're trying to convey she has a letter for the gentleman here without him being too confused. But he does seem to be a bit not freaking out since you did pop up in front of him at half mock.
Well, how would Spencer break this news to him? I think
In
he'd
the past
probably
3
go,
generations,
"Hey, Did you see what happened to that casino over there? Well, this person told me that she needed to find you when she was trapped in there. So I took her out, and here she is. Gives a massive thumbs up.
Excuse me, Mr. Mines. I believe this is for you. Wow. Thank you. As he takes the letter. Okay.
Is he reading it?
He's reading it real quick before he closes it and pockets it. Thank you. Spencer, you receive a $100 tip. Pocketed.
I got a
As
$100
he-
tip?
You got a $100 tip as he hands another to the young lady and proceeds to continue over towards the Jackie Black casino.
Huh.
The young lady now feeling more relaxed as she got got the letter passed off and more excited that she also got tipped as well. Runs off to a different direction from you. Leave towards the what's the third one I said? What is it? 3 casinos. The Class Act, Jackie Black.
You could call the next one Flavortown Casino with Fear. The Fury Flavortown Casino.
I already wrote it down. I'm looking through my freaking pre-plan. Black. The Diamond Dust. That's right. The only one with the Diamond Dust Casino. The more expensive one. We often didn't talk about it. Too high
Okay.
end.
Sounds good. So Dahlia's still on my back,
All right.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll make my way the best way I can to the entertainment district with her directing me.
Yep. Spencer, while you're doing that, Jace,
Yes.
Edward did ask you for a ride to the entertainment center. How do you respond?
Obviously, I'm gonna take him. I have the robot to take care of, anyways.
All right. Keep your hands and feet on the right at all times.
All right, Mayor. We're all off to the entertainment district.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, give me a couple of seconds.
Boo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
All right, so as you all start making your way making your way towards the the food area, the food sector, right, or the entertainment sector.
Entertainment.
Once more, to clarify, Wilda is heading towards the food sector where her father's work is, the one strip club in the food center,
Yes.
where all the others are currently in the entertainment area.
Spencer
We were aiming to go to the same area she was.
All right, that's why I was double checking and clarifying. So you're letting him know that you're heading towards the food sector, over towards. Remind me the name of the strip club that we agreed your father would name your.
Oh, I don't remember. I forgot to take notes.
Something starting with a V, I think.
Vapor.
No, it was something else. I think.
I just
Vapor
thought
would
it
be
was
a
a
little
cool
bit
name.
on the nose, considering that he
As to water.
that
That's
it,
why I picked it, because it sounds like a comic book sort of on the nose thing.
You know what? I'm probably wrong, but just to make not create a known business of lingerie, we're gonna have his simply called Vanessa's Suggestion. There we go. Does that
Oh
sound
yeah,
alright?
that's what it was. That's what it was.
sure.
Alright, somebody write that, pin that down. It is exactly as it sounds.
I
Spelled
will
exactly.
immediately.
It's in my notes. Oh, okay.
Alright. So as you all are making your independent way towards the food sector area, Wilda going through the sewer system, I'm going to need what traveling through pipes. That would be investigation, right?
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Then yes, please give me 2 perception checks for Wilda.
Oh, okay. Perception.
I'm sorry, investigation. Sorry, investigation. 2 investigations for Wilda. 2
Mhm.
investigations from either Jace or Edward, and the other will be given the other person a possible +2 or +5, depending if they have the teamwork advantage.
Let me
Wilda
check what my modifier is.
The dice
and
decided
Spencer,
I'm just lost.
My investigation modifier is one of the ridiculous ones.
right?
Am I rolling too? As steering Spencer?
Actually, with Spencer and you, since you guys are currently on the road, I will need investigation and acrobatics of how fast he's going in order to avoid any mishap.
Okay, well, first off, I do want to remind you we got well informed as a thing, so I don't know if I still need to roll because I have my book, but let me see.
I mean, you're on Spencer, so yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, DM, just to double check, you said that for me and Transient, whichever one of us was rolling was being assisted by the other?
Yes.
What does that mean exactly?
Hold on. Question, Mayor. Why would we need a
Go
roll
for it.
investigation when he has access to the internet?
Because it's 2002.
And Google Maps is still a thing.
Yeah, but it
Yes,
goes
you
so
can do
slow
that.
that you'll be there by the time it loads up.
I don't know. Given Jesus tech. But,
I
what...
remember how much. Yeah.
I'm just gonna help you, Jace, because I give you a +5 bonus.
Oh, cool. That's even more ridiculous. Got it.
Hey, Ace, could I make a grapple check instead of athletics? Since I'm on his back, I've got my arms around him.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay,
That's a
cool.
27, DM.
One at a time.
So, Puddles, you seem to find yourself lost in a bit of a strange loop-de-loop, like someone had set one of their piping to backflow and had it set to a weird spin to where you're going back to the same drain and you're trying to pop back up, and that's what's causing you to somewhat lag up. So you'll be the last one to pop up at the supermarket area. Jace, you
Oh, I
do.
didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Mayor, she rolled a 55.
I didn't mean to do that.
I mean, that number isn't totally ridiculous in some games.
Let me double check.
More reasonable. 50.
Oh,
Just ignore the 50. Unless you really want me to, like, be a super investigator.
we're just gonna call that as a infinite degree task. If you feel like your flesh is somewhat being fried by the fingernails, but your tough kitty skin is keeping you together, so you don't stress. But dear God, the grip strength on this woman.
Well, I've got immunity
If
to
you're being
toughness,
kidnapped.
so I'm probably fine.
You're not immune to toughness. You are immune to half effect.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you, Spencer. Or transient.
I'm immune to dying. You're not immune to dying.
It's
Okay,
fine.
I'm almost immune to dying.
You can still have your brain erased.
Yeah. Please
And you
don't
can
erase
still be
my brain,
killed.
sir.
I don't know.
It is soft and squishy.
Your antics gotta be lacking heroics and more zombie.
No! Don't
All right.
hug my enemy.
Oh well.
And
So,
so
let's
where
see.
was those athletic rolls or acrobatic rolls in order to avoid, stumbling at your high speed?
Oh well, I didn't quite. Okay, give me a second.
My-
Get back
my
to plus
apologies.
10. That's a 25, DM.
Nice.
2 degrees, flying color. Beautiful, beautiful. Managed to hop over the same potholes that have yet to be filled. Managed to climb over the same dirt rock wall that collapsed and avoid traffic that's slowly going through. And you managed to be at your feet, to be the second one there as Jason and Edward managed to just land right as you pulled up. Well, they're still not showing up in sight yet. Well, as you guys are start your conversation, go ahead.
What does Spencer see or hear?
Double checking your perception, Spencer. Do ignore the wee tiny voice sound. Just roll with it. Roll with it.
Think of it as a tiny.
And my second voice that just popped out of nowhere. All right.
That's my conscience.
Wish I would have had kind of the right box set, but for now I'll just politely describe. So you do see a strange array of florids and trees bursting up through concrete areas as certain portions seem to deteriorate and decrepit. Certain buildings, man-made constructs seem to decrepit and turn to sand. One of the small statues that was being used to prop up for the pizza joint close by where the shopping mall was. Now it lays as rubbly as pizza does. all of you can see everyone like running as quickly as they can. Some people stopping the mid motion and seemingly aging either in reverse or aging forward faster.
Wow.
Dahlia and Edward, you don't need to roll. You already understand that this is the work of the last person you guys were in touch with. The person whose arms you recall turn in the sand, Edward.
Oh, you want to close page?
Now the question is, where is he? How will you go about exploring as you look around? Wilda, you do find yourself popping up. Give me one more roll for investigation to either pop up far or away from the group.
I did it.
You did it?
Well, I got a 15.
You're like 15 feet away from the group as you pour out from as you bubble out from one of the side faucets in the wall of the supermarket before it itself erodes. As you manage to escape that effect, we'll give you that, no worries. And you manage to rejoin the group. You can discuss how you guys want to go about it as you start looking around, seeing seeing time seems to swirl around itself, growing, phasing forward, phasing backwards.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
Spencer will immediately go, "Oh, thank goodness you're here."
Okay. Who are we
We
fighting
were
here?
starting to get worried.
Oh, sorry. Someone changed the sewers a little.
I hope it doesn't have to do with that army thing
I don't
that we
know.
might have done a little.
Spencer will just simply
Maybe
say,
like that-
"Everything's
that-
moving weird."
Shall we check on your dad's place real fast?
Yes, please.
Alright. You guys don't need to roll any perception because you guys have Edict Memory helping you. From both Dahlia and, well, not Dahlia, Dahlia's just well informed. She would already have that information written down. But Edward's Edict Memory does kick in. And I'm pretty sure that after a couple of times of being told about it, so does Jason. As you all do head over just a couple of yards away, you do see the eroding wall of the Vanessa suggestion as a couple of people are trying to pop in, only stopped by the bouncer who is trying to keep people away from the chaos that's also happening inside. And you do happen to see a quick flare amongst them as the bouncer goes from being real buff to being real scrawny and younger. And the two kids that were trying to run in seem to age to like these weird 40-year-olds. Like we're talking gangly and a bit, arms are a bit longer than normal. Like this is some off-shapen human, kind of speeding. Like there was no regulation, no actual control over how their bodies just developed with how the time just accelerated on them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
How will you guys go about that at the current moment?
So there's a threshold in which all this is happening.
This is actually happening at random currently. You guys haven't been have only moved so much, and I have yet to find the right clearance to make you guys roll against the time warp. You guys
We're
are going
heading straight inside. So
Yeah.
all right.
We're looking
Everyone,
for her dad.
I believe this would be Will now, right? I said Will was the last time
Yeah.
power.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, at least I'm rolling low for something not horrible now.
Oh, I failed. Time to get older or younger.
I'm down to one Benny.
I got a 10. I think I failed.
Actually, do I have a Betty?
I think it was
Yeah.
a 21 against the time stop one. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how powerful this effect is.
Right? So we'd still get our bennies back, wouldn't we?
It's not new scene.
It
Nope.
was a scenery change.
Yeah, but that's not a brand new chapter.
Oh.
DM, I'm gonna use a Benny.
Please do.
I don't think it's gonna matter, but
I'm gonna use one to be safe too.
no. Okay, that is a that's a 15.
Aren't you guys supposed to be
I'm
good?
gonna roll again with a Benny. I got a 17.
Jace got a 23. I'm just keeping my 7.
I kind of want to see Spencer go back to a kitten.
Oh, that would be adorable.
Okay. I need to make a roll to determine whether forward or backwards. Let's do the time warp again. Can't say anymore.
Good lord.
So we're going backwards, ladies and gentlemen. And from what we can tell on this,
Oh boy.
Does this mean Dahlia gets more human?
No. We'll see what happens. Just let the DM explain.
All right, Ace. I put the will saves at the very bottom.
I see it. I do thank you. That actually helps. Alright, so Transit, you just barely met it. Jace, you succeed by 1. Sir, you failed by 3.
So Wilda, Dahlia both failed
Both
by
failed by
1. Spence failed by 3 from the looks of it. Jace
let
and
me
Transient succeeded.
Let me double check one thing.
This could either go really good or really bad, guys. I might just be a kitten again with no powers.
In the red
Don't worry, I'll use my fangs and sink them into his toe.
Do it.
Does that mean you get a bonus to your stealth
I mean, probably.
and your charisma?
Maybe.
So, once more, Jace and Transit, you guys managed to take off the strange effect. You feel yourself, you feel what would have been your skin somewhat getting younger, and maybe even tighter in certain areas, loose in areas, and losing certain hair. You manage to will yourself no, I'm this age, and shake that feeling off.
One question.
Go ahead.
I believe there's one more character that we need to make a will save.
Rocking Prime.
We have a robot.
I mean, I'm not sure how that would affect him. Issue.
Rust into nothingness.
Right,
If
but it's
it's-
going backwards.
Yeah, it could be
But what-
disassembled. He could just be a pile of parts or just be steel blocks.
Programming could also be affected. It could start forgetting certain things like safety protocols, master protocols, designation of owner.
I mean, that last one would be hard to
First
forget.
programmed action, self-destruct.
One more time.
Rerouting the first programmed action. Self-destruct.
Jace, one more time. Jace, one more time.
'Cause I'm saying I'm looking for it. Give me a second.
So before I get overrun with like beautiful kittens, yes, because that is
Fails.
almost what's gonna
I lose
happen.
my robot, which I have to do this with brain hemorrhages.
Wilda and Dahlia both suffer a -2 penalty to any of their power usage due to weakness invoked by this. Because you're now feeling any of your normal attacks now feel kind of off because your body does not just literally went backwards for you. Well, that you had a brief shock of moment, feeling as though you almost stopped being water again, but you managed to remember your recall your form. So you you almost went solid for a second, but continued being water. Dahlia, for a split second, you felt your heart beat. I'm hoping there's at least some weight to that comment then.
Just like this dull throb, like, what the fuck is that?
Actually, wait. I'm not sure how Animate Machines applies here. Am I able to burn my last Benny for Rockin' Prime?
I do believe that's allowed because it's a power usage.
Okay, what was the answer? Because you guys just made static noises at the end there.
That is a confirmation. You can use your Benny to on Rockin' Prime as it is a power usage, and because he is part of your power, since he is a piece of equipment. So give me another roll. Or any abuse of the system. Well,
That's a 14. It's only 1, so.
I'm still waiting.
Gosh, I'm waiting for Spencer.
So, so for a quick second for you, Jace, while you manage to brush off the station, you do feel your hover chair just drop for a few seconds as you see the monitor start almost like going blank. But you give it the best. Take a deep breath and you give it the only known medicine that you know most technology can have at the current time. And you beat it up a couple of times with your hand, and the system quickly goes rebooting, recalibrating, uploading at 60%. As Rockin' Prime voice speaks up from the hovercraft, unless he's already in robot form. Please correct me there.
I'm assuming he was in robot form because I didn't ride him. I flew.
I rode him in, so, and I was riding him in robot form.
Alright, so, we'll edit that to where the screen is on the back of his skull, back of his, like, where his head unit is. And as you, like, beat on his dome, it kicks back on. Rockin' Prime is tough. Waiting words.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay.
This will either be very fun or very
So as Dahlia and Wilda look at each other and, you know, take a quick break like they haven't been completely changed, they look back over to see where Spencer is. And they see like a small bundle of clothing and something writhing amongst in it.
I would go over to the bundle of clothing.
As Spencer is now currently kidden-fied head, he's been literally power lost to where he's back to being just his kidden form. This is how much time he suffered since he couldn't keep his willpower up. Do apologize about that, Spencer.
No, you're good. Just question. So, absolutely no powers. A kitten.
Currently, yes.
That's
Of course, it's only
fine.
temporary.
Oh, that's good.
Since I was out with my Discord freezing and shutting down, what did I miss? How bad off are me and Puddle?
Oh, sorry. So, both you and Puddle currently have weakness 2 to all your current power rolls. And while Puddle had a quick moment of almost going solid, but managed to take back your liquid form, you for a quick split second felt your heart beat again.
Dahlia clutches her chest and says, "Whoa, that was weird. Is this heartburn?"
Like heartburn.
Spencer?
This is the best response I could ever find.
As you see his little furry head pop out with big old blue eyes or yellow eyes. Remind me again, Spencer?
Kittens have blue eyes. Their eyes change color as they get older.
Yeah, so it's just impossible to tell what is it called. It's just blue at this point. It's just like the smallest meow you've ever heard. Just like,
I pick him up and I pet him.
he does not shy away. He's just, I mean, he's got the same mentality. It's just like, he's small now. Like, meow. Another meow. He escapes as you pet him.
I'm sadly not going to give up Benny for this one, but it is an adorable moment.
Aw,
So you got-
I love that.
So after enduring that short time shift, you do manage to enter into the next suggestion. Illegally, I might add.
What was that?
I'm just saying that a bunch of underage youth have managed to sneak past a currently were you sneaking past or were you heading straight towards the bouncer area? Remind me again, because the bouncer is currently aging younger, almost scrawny, and is still dealing with those two odd-shapen humans. You guys managed to get past the strange field of time, or what are you doing now?
Well, I have to protect Spencer.
Yeah, you do.
We'd be heading towards the bouncer because the bouncer would probably know where her dad's at.
Yeah.
Yep, Dahlia's gonna head there.
Well, I mean, are you going to ignore the bouncer and while he's currently distracted, or are you going to help the bouncer while he's being attacked?
He's actually
Dahlia's
being-
gonna help because
He-
I've been shooting since I was a kid, so I should still be proficient with firearms.
Wait, what is
Yeah.
the bouncer being attacked by?
As I said earlier, two time warped children turned adults, but odd shapen, like they were like they aged wrong.
Dahlia might not want to shoot these ones.
Well, yeah, but they don't know that she won't shoot. She can just pull a gun on them and scare them to death. Not to death. Just scare them.
You guys are going to Entango? Then I will need initiative.
Woo! Fight, fight, fight!
Yep.
It's new.
Plus 2.
Oh wait, I mean, it's the middle of the day. There you go. Now we can't.
Oh
read.
shit, wrong place.
Wrong place. There. Oh wait, how do I?
Awful initiative. The worst initiative.
You pull out your gun, it falls and hits your toe.
Oof.
No, it's initiative. It has nothing to do with my gun.
So
joking,
let's
I'm
hear.
joking.
Just waiting on Jace.
I did just trip and fall on my face when I was trying to prepare for battle, though. I will admit that.
Okay,
That
that's
was me.
fair enough. That's in that one.
To be fair, your clothes are kind of a little bit weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So,
I fall down like, holy crap, I felt that. Do
I'm
I
just
have
gonna
like a
roll-
scratch?
yeah, I'm gonna roll a base d20.
Am I bleeding?
Natural 20.
Even as a kid, the king goes first.
Got a nat.
The kitten got a nat 20.
Like I even told you, power lock. How are you
Give
still
me
tapping
1
that left?
second. Jace Wilda. Dahlia.
Yes. Yes.
Michael Hack. No. I'm gonna quit.
No,
All right.
TMF sent me a meme while he's watching. He's like, it's immune.
Nobody's gonna get this reference, but have any of you ever heard of the game Singularity?
Yep.
I think so.
There's a device in that game called the TMD, which is the time manipulation device, and if you use it on enemies, you can have one of two outcomes. Either they instantly age into dust, or you send them so far back in time that their molecules invert and they become something called reverts. And that's what I'm imagining we're fighting. And let me post an image of someone shooting at a revert real quick. That's someone shooting at a revert.
Let me double check. Right. Oh,
Flesh.
you know, tossing some 2002 clothing, or maybe even like 1997 clothing, like some radical or eat my shorts kind of style. I will have those things.
Would they be wearing it? Because I imagine their clothes kind of didn't grow with them.
It's kind of gross to look at them right now, but don't worry about that.
Yeah.
If they got reverted, then the least of their problems is having clothing. It's more their molecules have been inverted.
And speaking of, it's my turn to do that, so let me give one roll. 2d2. Alright, so that's a 10 and a 20 separately.
Alright, so one's going at the same time as Spencer. What do you want to name them, good sir?
Thing 1 and 2.
Thing 1 and 2.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Thing 1 and Thing 2.
So Thing 2 goes first.
Before children to adults, but TDCA is a bit more of a mouthful than Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Thing 1 goes right before Dahlia.
Yep. Are you doing that quick? Thank you. You're awesome.
Guys, my
All right.
arrived.
So currently at the top of the round, as you all are currently charging towards the two deformities that are attacking this poor now fragile bouncer. Spencer, you're currently a kitten being tugged around in your owner's arms, but you are still conscious of who you are. Go ahead and give me a will check to try to take back your body and break off this unique time warp that's taken forth over you.
You know, I would say try, but at the same time, he's happy to be in Wilda's arms. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this. Just a regular roll. Two natural 20s in a row.
How the fuck?
Okay, Avery,
yeah.
I see you. Thank you.
You remember when I say Avery has it out for me? This is what I mean. It's cool. Because as soon as the deformities look over at you, for a quick second, they just see a tiny kitten, and even Will is like not sure why the tiny kitten just suddenly leaps out of her arms. But now all of a sudden, naked Spencer.
Yes. Butt cheeks and everything.
So yeah, that is interesting. But sadly, that will be your turn.
Yes, that will be my turn. Just like, hey, evildoers, morph. It's like, I am a naked man. Behold, a man.
Thanks, Diogenes.
You're welcome.
Thing 2 is not happy at seeing a naked cat man just randomly approach it, randomly pop up close to it in a mid-jump as it's trying to do what it wanted to do. and will decide to break away from the young chump and attempt to attack said Catman. He's going to be lunging out with his newly elongated arms. I doubt a 5 breaks your parry.
No, I'm imagining it just kind of slugs him in the chest and is just like, good try.
As he gives off a short roar and just seems to stutter around a bit. That will be his turn. Go ahead and going over to Transient.
Well, the closest one to me is Thing 2. The other one is still harassing the bouncer, or is it looking at us?
It's currently harassing the bouncer, but it's got an eye on you guys, considering the newly sprout out Catman. What will you do, Transient?
Give me just 1 second.
Please, take as much time as you need.
I'm double
All right.
checking the power.
5, 4, 3.
Okay, that's what it is. Wait, how many ranks of multi-attack do I have? I think it only has 1. Okay. Then I am going to slip past the one that just lightly tapped Spencer on the chest. And I'm going to make 2 attacks on the one that's harassing the bouncer. With, let's take care of a bit more of this hunger, eh?
Oh, geez.
Alright, it's going to be a DC 1 toughness against a DC 11 toughness against the basic attack, and a DC 16 fortitude.
Alright, first one is going to be the toughness.
Yep.
So he doesn't take a bruise, right? Because that's a 20.
Correct.
And for the fortitude. 14.
That's 1 degree of failure for the first attack, so now he is fatigued. And now for the second attack on him. 17 beat his parry.
Yeah, just barely.
All right, another DC 11 toughness and another DC 16 fortitude.
Sorry, that should have had a +2 to it, but by the way, that is a 3-degree failure. That is horrifying.
So that's a bruise, and he is staggered.
Yep, staggered.
Alright, staggered. Next one would have he's now going to be at a -1 because he's now currently bruised.
Yep. That is a
17.
success. So I got a bite out of his energy in the first one and got a bruise and a staggered out of him out of the second.
So you come flying in. Want to describe the quick 2-hit combo you're doing?
Yeah. So I come in, start off with a kick to the knee and then a punch to the chest.
Ooh, karate style. Alright. So you come up and give us, and slam, shin to knee as heavy as you could. While he seems to be able to keep his leg up, you do feel a heavy draw come up your leg and into your core. Following your cuts as you continue in, striking deep into his core, and getting that triangle space that you're constantly aiming for on the dummy. But for some reason, you aren't feeling that draw that you would have felt, as though he managed to, tighten something inside of himself. You do see him buckle around you and just tough trying to breathe. Will that be it, my good sir?
That will be it for me.
All right, going over back to initiative. Jeez, you and your slightly working Rocket Prime are currently watching Transient tangle with Thing 1 and Spencer re-emerging from his kitten form, tangling with Thing 2. You notice that the bouncer, the thin looking bouncer now is still barely standing up, but he seems to be somewhat glad that he doesn't have those two on him.
DM,
Your natural perception, your passive perception, does happen to see a third figure stalking in the corner, trying to sneak by.
third figure, huh? Okay, DM, I want to ask you a question first.
Shoot.
How does will work, like, lore-wise? What is will referred to as?
So, whereas toughness is how much your body can handle, and fortitude is how much physical trauma your body can handle. Fortitude is how much body chemistry you can handle it being adjusted. That's normally relative to like poison, to dehydration, exhaustion.
Would you like me to give
Will
the?
is relative to mindset.
Would you like me to give you the straight up will
I
description?
like Ace's definition. No, hang on. I want to hear Ace's quick, but then you can do yours.
Well, the way I'm understanding it is that. Sorry, what?
Continue.
I was trying to hear what Jace was saying real quick.
What was will again? Because when you started to explain will after fortitude and toughness, my computer decided to shit itself.
It happens. Will, it deals with matters of the mind, like mental suggestions, mental hallucinations, whether you're thinking straight or thinking lame due to an outside force. Like you're slowly being hypnotized. You would have to use your willpower to stop yourself from following the suggestion and snap out of it. Whereas if someone's using a drug to try to numb you, that's a fortitude to try to force your body to reject the drug. And then
by that definition,
someone just beating you with a hammer. Listen to me! Listen to me! And you're trying to ignore it. No! Your hammer is not going to make me listen because my skull is stronger. My skull!
So then by that definition, if will is things that influence the mind, then if I used my ability to scramble someone's brain on the bodyguard, would it reset him of whatever this fucking time nonsense is?
All right. So, would you like me to give the base definition that they have for it?
For all our intended viewers at home, and for me personally, yes, please do.
Will defense is based on your awareness rank. It measures mental stability, level-headedness, determination, self-confidence, self-awareness, and willpower, and is used to resist mental or spiritual attacks.
That does not necessarily negate my question.
So essentially, resetting their minds won't reset their bodies for this would be my guess. Mostly because the power is not really affecting the mind. It's affecting the self-image of the person.
It's affecting the willpower.
I'm just asking for a straight yes or no at this point. I know what I'm doing with my turn.
For the sake of heroism, I could let you try to flavor it, but it will still depend on the roll. And depend on how you're trying to flavor using your specific powers. Like, are you trying to massage a certain cortex that will allow the person to recall his entire training in like a montage kind of fashion? Are you trying to stimulate the medulla oblongata to cause and induce rage to cause him to go from that unnatural nerd rage that happens in some of those bookworms that quietly hide in the libraries back in the old time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think, in a practical sense, what Jace would be trying to do if he used this on the bodyguard, he would be trying to, from what he understands of what happened with himself, anyways, with his experience with it, the feeling kind of took over his mind, tried to shake him of who he was, try and make him lose sight of himself as a person, so that he would be more easily shifted back to what he once was, or some mutated variation of it based off the reverts. So with that in mind, I think what Jace would be trying to do, effectively use his magnetic seizure ability to sort of kick this guy in the proverbial consciousness, be like, snap the fuck out of it, like a slap in the face to someone who's.
Okay. For that heroic example, which I wouldn't mind a quick typed example of when you have the chance, I'll give you a +2 to the power bonus. So go ahead and
I don't know what I'm
give me
supposed to roll
your-
for this one, because it reads out, resisted by will, DC 11, increased range, perception, subtle.
Okay.
It doesn't say it's necessarily an attack. It's not listed as offense. It has a save. I still
Well,
roll.
No, you don't roll, and with how the bodyguard is currently, he doesn't roll because he won't make the save even if he tries. However, the metallic slap, the mental signal of a slap in the face that you send kind of kickstarts the mind into thinking, wait a minute, I'm older than this, I've done more than this. And you see him just try to like remuscle himself, trying to get over the time warp physically. That will be on at the end of the turn. For now, will that be all, or are you doing something else?
That's all I was planning to do with my turn if Rockin' Prime's out of it. Gonna fly over,
Rocket Prime is only
slap to the mind.
60%. Rocket Prime technically is only suffering a weakness to all of his natural rolls, technically.
Okay, then let me look at what Rockin' Prime has. Going again.
So, wait, you're doing what now, real quick?
Give me a second here. I'm gonna say that, since he's not in a great place right now, Rockin' Prime's going to, use his movement to activate concealment, and then use whatever he's got left to activate deflection field, and that's his turn. Basically, he's just setting himself up to be harder to see, harder to hit.
Check our wonderful Rocket Prime. So you're activating the concealment cloak. All right, that should still work, but yeah, all right, that should still work. Okay, that's fine.
That's my turn.
All right, let me get over back to initiative. That will make it Wilda on the body of water's turn. Wilda, you're currently watching Thing 1 tango with Spencer and Thing 1 tango with Transient and Thing 2 tango with Spencer, as Jay seems to be going incognito towards the entry.
Well,
Let me double check one thing on your page.
see, my motivation is do good, so I should help.
Sadly, your past.
Not to mention Spencer's back to normal again, but he's butt naked.
Well, you've told me he has no junk, so.
Yeah, he doesn't. No junk.
Saturday morning cartoon, folks. We have our reasons. Anyway, so once more, Puddles, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna help Spencer.
All right.
Even though she would like to also take a actual glance around to see if she can see her dad.
I could allow that, but I can't allow you to do that and provide teamwork at the same time.
I'm not providing teamwork. Helping Spencer, I was gonna slap him.
Okay, that.
Slap the enemy. Sorry.
But I will allow
Use
you
your
to go ahead
backhand.
and give me a perception roll right now if you would like.
Okay.
Make sure you use your backhand. That way you don't hit him as hard.
What's a backhand?
Do you recall
right.
your spring weakness? No, wait, that's
Yeah.
dealing with your powers.
I know. 19 to see. And then hold on, it's been a while since I've hit something. Okay, so +7 to hit.
Remember
No.
who you are. Remember Simba.
Well, do I see anything? I know I probably don't hit, so.
So, for seeing, you do look, as you're looking around the main entrance, the door is ajar, but the light and slight fog that your dad normally uses for, entertainment and obscurity does prevent you from being able to see past inside. But as you're heading towards Spencer's thing to disgruntled issue, you do happen to see a third figure skulking around in the corner, trying to head towards the opening.
I'll
Trying to get
say,
into the opening.
Dad? Also, I'm doing this from 10 feet. Elongation.
All right, so you were to describe with an elongation.
Yeah.
So as
I-
you attempt to, in your distracted, in your distracted attempt, since you thought you saw something that could have been your father, your strike went over the head of Thing Two as it ducked, just barely missing the newly grown
Mm.
spiky hair on its head. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope, that's my turn. Until
Alright,
the
so-
figure responds. So.
Going over to Thing One, who's currently fatigued and staggered. Let me double check that. I believe staggered means he can only do either a movement or no, wait, staggered is both hindrance and
Yeah, he can only do either a movement or a movement or a standard action. He cannot do both.
let me double check what fatigue was, which I believe was what was that? Impairment on movement. Very good. Just show me the meaning of it in this thing. Thank you. These are hindered. Oh, so that's already hindered. So
Mhm.
just staggered. Okay, and it would take him an hour to recover. No.
An hour or a Benny?
So staggered, you might choose to either attack. I know I saw a motion from there. Who said what now?
Transient said something and then.
I'm doing some quick calculations.
Okay.
Anyone currently has one bruise and is staggered. So anything he would do would be at, any roll he attempts would be at a -1, except for any defensive rolls, right? So with that being the case,
I'm gonna look up a quick rule for you, Mayor. Has to deal with nat ones and resistance checks.
right, because he would have failed a degree more, wouldn't he?
It depends on whether or not it gives it a negative penalty to it.
Let me double check that negative roll or that nat 1 roll again. It was towards your. Yeah, that was towards toughness. So that was the case.
Go right ahead and just keep going on. I'll look this stuff up real fast.
No. I'm understanding my mistake. I did misinterpret it from what I understand. Because with the natural one, that would have been an automatic failure plus the amount of degrees he would have failed would have amounted to technically 4 degrees of failure. He is technically incapacitated, so in order to preserve my mistake, I will burn my GM Benny as a respect and honorable situation. I am down to 3 Bennies. As this guy is just clinging to consciousness.
Looks like there is not an actual natural one for resistance checks, not as far as failures go. So yeah, he would have only had 3 degrees.
So, am I burning a Benny or am I?
You're not burning a Benny.
I mean, only if you want to.
You can if you
Yeah,
want.
you can burn Benny if you want to.
I mean, we won't stop you.
If we do, it would be for a different thing if I do, since it would not technically be applied to this roll anymore. That being
Yeah.
said, go to a separate roll.
Yeah, natural one only affects critical misses.
As thing 1 does not like being hurt so bad and is on whatever last heal it has. Like I want to look down. It's going to attempt to strike at you. Transient.
Yeah,
There's
ready?
18 from parry.
18 versus my parry. That's a success.
Alright, double checking. So, for attack with damage, 15 plus whatever modifier, so it would just be 16 DC for damage.
Toughness, fortitude.
Toughness. He's literally slapping you across the body, like one of them wrestlers. And just like you're trading, you respond back by pushing your body into the attack. There's a loud sound echoing around you, but the pain only momentarily. Alright, from there, that will be the rest of his movement. Dahlia, our dear girl who's been trying to struggle catching up with the rest of the group. You see those two in view.
Yeah.
Let me double check your passive real quick. as I've been doing with most of the others who haven't gone on to engage close combat yet.
My perception is a +4, so passive is 14.
Yeah, not high enough. So you just see the fighting going on right now.
Okay. I'm gonna look up the sky, make sure there's nothing flying overhead, and then I'm gonna pull out my assault rifle and fire into the air.
Thankfully, there's been no flight procedurals going on. Clear blue skies. Slight chance of panic as one of your bullets goes flying into the air, and a possible chance of metal rain occurring at
Yeah,
one particular point.
The thing is, I'm using an assault rifle, it's loud, and I want to get everyone's attention.
There's still 1 point. Let me rephrase that as there's now a possible 15 point as metal rain has a possible chance in 3 rounds. But hey, that's not gonna be your problem yet.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me. I believe you're using your fearsome presence now, right?
Yeah. So, intimidate. And then they need to make a save. Do I get a bonus since I'm firing a gun and, like, being a zombie?
I will need you to write that down in an heroic example. But yes, I'll give you a +2 minor improvement since you are catching everyone off guard with.
Well, it's a big fucking gun, so, like...
Nobody move! This
Yeah.
thing's loaded.
Heroic examples, okay.
But you can finish that at your own time. Go ahead and roll for your fearsome presence, as I'm gonna need everyone within the vicinity. That includes transient Jace, the poor boy Jace was helping, thing 1, thing 2, the thing that was hiding in the corner, Spencer and Wilda, to all make will checks to not be caught off guard by your friend's fearsome presence. Of course, all the friends do get +2 minor improvements for getting used to her constantly scaring you guys.
Yeah, it's fading, so it is not a big deal for you guys.
So technically, because I failed by a degree, I've never seen this. So I'm gonna roll straight.
So, what?
Okay, I'm gonna do Benny.
What do I have to roll?
Will
Will.
save.
But you get a +2.
Yep.
That's a
You
7.
will save again.
That's oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, 14. That's enough to set it off.
As Ashen and Living Dead would say, who gave that zombie a gun?
You know what? That gives you an idea. This is my boomstick. Everyone, calm the fuck down. Put your weapons down. You there, you two weirdos, either back off or put it on the ground with your hands above your head. And let me look at the DC for the fearsome presence. DC is 14.
Alright, so thing 1, who is already having a bad time attempting to deal with transient, definitely failed by 2 degrees with his 5. As
Okay,
well,
second degree is disabled.
he's disabled.
Yeah.
Yep. And that goes double for thing 2, who was also caught off guard. Going up, double check. Spencer, I do apologize, but just as you got your body back from being turned to a kitten, the sudden terrifying presence assaulted both all your senses, both physically and metaphorically speaking, since you are a cat. So your heightened senses also assaulted.
So what happens?
You're currently suffering being disabled.
Spencer
What does that
Poofy.
mean? What does that mean?
It's a -5 penalty to any actions you take.
When does that go away?
It's a fading one, so it will not last long.
Okay. Well, yeah. Poofy Tail and Spencer just kind of just jumps a little bit, and by jump I mean, ah,
At least 10 feet into the air.
maybe. But it's not his turn yet.
Well, you're currently impaired because you only failed by 1 degree.
Oh, I already knew what I was gonna do the moment I saw that 11.
I hate to say it, but Jace, you too are also impaired as you're caught off guard with your back turned, and all of a sudden there's this like, yeah. You turn back, and the girl you thought was just like bloody Oni-chan kind of schoolgirl punk, all of a sudden now legitimately looks like, oh god, she can tear my face off. Oh god.
Oh god, that's an actual zombie. Why does that zombie have an assault rifle?
And Transit, for you, this is a Thursday.
We're like next door neighbors. He doesn't care, yeah.
I've done stranger shit. I've created stranger shit. Didn't I blow us up once?
Yeah, at least once.
I do have to make one last roll.
Oh yeah, for the bouncer.
Third guy and the bouncer. Bouncer barely passes it as he's also like trying to, recall his like buffing days since he's trying to break this like time warp on his scrawny arms.
He's been slapped in the brain. He's not really fully awake right now.
He's figured out that I'm trying to help and to get people to leave him alone.
And strangely enough, the third figure, Thing 3, that's been lurking in the shadows, and I believe it's his turn now. Were you doing anything else, Dahlia?
I didn't see Thing 3, right?
No, you did not.
So the only one that has noticed Thing 3 should have been Kate.
There are two people who...
What was that?
I was saying I've also noticed Thing 3. It's not just transient.
So the only one who has noticed Thing 3 is, I believe, Jace and maybe Spencer? Mayor? Could you clarify?
Jace and Wilda have noticed Thing 3. Jace passively, as he was already heading over there. Wilda actively when she was trying to look for her dad.
I'll have Dahlia look around to see the effect of what she's done. So I'm going to have her actively roll perception to see if, if everyone is calming down and is not descending into mob violence anymore.
Understood. And both
so
you and Spencer do not have high enough past perception either in order to see the thing skulking around in the dark corners. Let me double check.
Yeah, I'm rolling to make sure that my gambit worked.
Understood. Go ahead and make.
I'm not going to have to shoot these. What, Ace?
Sorry. So, once more, Ed, rolling for.
I want to be able to tell if they are calming down and if they're cowed into submission yet.
Okay, so that would be an insight roll.
Oh, insight. Insight's also a +4, so I guess I'll keep that. I rolled a 14. Do I think they're gonna chill out, or do I need to shoot somebody?
You think Thing 1 and Thing 2 are definitely hesitant about their next action. They're definitely looking questionable about whether or not they should move. Thing 1 definitely looks like he is really questioning whether or not it should make any motion, as he's still trying
to grins. Dahlia grins and cocks her gun and says, "I can shoot you in the knees if you want, then you can't run."
feel like it's ethically dubious of us to be threatening the reverts because they were children previously.
They're also trying to beat up a guard so they can get into a strip club.
Take advantage of the chaos.
They've been horrifically mutated already. I feel like maiming them on top of the horrific mutations is a bit much.
Well, she hasn't actually shot them, but they don't know that she won't. And besides, Transient's been eating his soul, so like,
Transient eats everyone's souls. There's no filter on him.
I would like to point out, I don't kill anyone. I only knock them out.
He only shaves off a couple of their life force. He doesn't technically drain them dead.
It only
Doesn't
takes
drink
a
the
couple
whole
decades off their lifespan. It's fine.
The soul regenerates, right? It's fine.
I don't know that it does.
Well,
He's
the
only
soul is...
damaging their immortal essence.
So tell me,
Does it
if
grow
the soul,
fast like the liver does?
if the soul is infinite, then how much is a fraction of a soul?
Infinite.
Guess we can quantify then how big a portion you hijacked, and then how much volatile that could have been if actually stripped away from the main power source. It's like trying to shave off energy off of a nuclear reactor, which I'm sure Spencer would love to dictate how that's probably not possible, and the devastating reactions of you trying to. Spencer pulling a Spencer on this. I'm sure he's already gathering on this. But we'll carry on. So, going on after Dahlia is making her ascertainment, the figures stalking around that managed to shrug off the fear aura that Dahlia attempted to coerce seems to emerge from the shadows. Now taking the growing numbers of people trying to stop their fun as a threat, as the figure now comes out with 4 arms instead of the 2 gangly ones that the others seem to have. This one was going to clamber over towards Jace, who is helping out the guy trying to buff himself up, and he's going to swing twice at Jace and twice at the unexpected guard.
My God, he has 4 arms.
First strike. Does a 9 hit your parry?
My parry is -5.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I have -5 agility and -5 fighting. My dodge and parry are both -5. Not parry and shit,
He's
Dio.
literally paralyzed, Ace.
Right. So that 9 hit.
Yeah, let's ask the crippled kid to fucking parry this.
Yeah, like, really?
Dia was not thinking. Dia was just going by strategic value, and hey, the setup was there. Fine. That being said, Jace, I'm gonna need 2 toughness checks on this.
Thank God I've got some benefit in toughness because I have the electromagnetic field.
DC is gonna be 19.
For the first or the second one, or for both?
For both.
Okay. First one, 26. Second one, 13.
Thankfully, the first one only felt like a playful slap to you. So that was awesome. The second hit was a straight up karate chop, and that did not feel good trying to withstand. So you do take a bruise, and you find yourself
Dazed.
I believe it was dazed. Yes. Wait to quickly remind ourselves of what dazed is.
His
I should have
character
it
is
here.
You may
Yeah.
only take one action on your turn, either a move or standard. Or free, I believe. Single
Initiative.
standard action per round. Although the character may
Yeah,
use that action to perform a move or a free action. As usual, the stun supersedes dazed.
free action and a single standard action per round.
Single standard action that can be dropped into a move or free.
No, it's, from what I'm reading, dazed character is limited to free actions and a single standard action per round, although the character may use that action to perform a move, as usual. Stun supersedes dazed.
Well, DM has ruled, so we'll go with that.
I've got a bruise and I'm dazed. That's that.
Yeah. Moment.
Oh yeah, I found a better version of what I did before. I'm gonna have to move this to villainous memes.
Oh goodness. And now I need to make the next two rolls against the guy trying to recover from Jiminy Christmas. You know, the guns were one thing, but breaking out the chair in the middle of a fight like that, come on, man, have some respect. Right. Speaking in the middle of a fight. Okay. The same thing with the same thing on that one. And that one's a little less on that guy. Wow, he was more focused on you, Jace. Sorry. Although I do think that while the guy was able to dodge the first one, the second one just barely clipped him. We'll need to roll toughness for that guy. Once more, that was DC will be against a 19. Unfortunately, guy does not have anything, so he's gonna roll at So you see him like shoulder shrug the first one, and then the second one that seemed to go slower than the one that hit you, Jace. While you were able to like stand it like a boss, you see him get slapped across the face, and he goes from I got them both up to KO. As I believe that is a legitimate 3 degrees of failure.
Yeah, that
And the poor
put
guy,
him at staggered, not incapacitated, though. That looks like it's 4th degree.
Yes, but this man is a civilian, a basic civilian, and was going through worse times, so you can only stand a bruise. He's currently knocked out. So say it, DM.
Well, no, that's 4 degrees of failure right there. Good sir. DC 19.
Is he dead?
He's out cold.
Like I said, he was trying to psych up, only to be slapped across the face, and then proceed to dramatically faint onto the ground. Jace, take pride. You and your broken leg forms have more resolve than the poor man who was previously 3 times your size before the time warp. Your will need not be deterred. That being said, it's a couple around now. With Spencer, while we still have time. Thing 2 seems to be somewhat perturbed that your defiance against it. And he hasn't taken much damage. I want to rectify that.
Well, let's see here. This is clearly just a kid that was turned into a monster thing. So Spencer just sees him as a kid. And technically Spencer is a kid too. To a certain degree. Give me just a second.
He's a goat?
This one is foul. Very foul.
All right.
Oh! Who do you hate? That and gimme. Like, who do you hate and gimme?
Here's another one, not as foul, but pretty bad.
Well, let's see here. So, guys right in front of me. I don't want to kill this kid, quote unquote kid, because that is not a hero thing to do. So instead, let's see here. What other things can I do? Oh yeah, that's right. I have this. Spencer will go ahead and just reach back as fast as far back as he can, right in front of this guy, and just go, hold on. No, what was I gonna say? He's probably just gonna have something along the lines of, "Don't worry, I'll show you how. I'll do you one better," and then just claps as hard as he can in his face, doing a sonic boom. Yeah.
Oh, alright, so gotta resist by 42, that's DC.
The
18?
16.
16. Sorry.
You are just fine.
DC 16. On thing 2. You don't have anything for fortitude either.
14.
That is a 1 degree failure, so that is
Dazed.
You see his eyes like look up for a second as he tries to figure out what exactly happened as he starts to like sway back and forth.
Interesting. Let's see here.
How do you woo?
Oh yeah, I forgot I had interpose. Keep forgetting that. Might have been interesting. Either way.
Get to interpose. Power.
Let's see here. I just clapped my hands as hard as I could. Let me see what kind of area that is. Let me check. Nope. Don't worry, it's not an area. Yeah, he's just dazed. So, move, not gonna do anything. I'm gonna stay right where I am. But,
Alright.
yeah. Tail is still poofy from Dahlia. Literally firing a gun in public and doing the opposite of what would calm anyone down.
She's trying to scare them into submission. She's a zombie. She doesn't exactly have much calming influence even on her best day.
Well, I understand that, but that's not exactly, something that a normal person and or / hero might do.
I'll admit though, way to circumvent the disability 5 that was imposed upon you.
But
That's what's
yeah, we're good.
Now moving on to
A little
thing
scared and all that.
2, who currently is also he was also shooken up from the scare earlier. I recall the role.
Thing 2.
Indeed, he's currently disabled, so
He's
anything he
disabled
does is
and
at a
dazed.
-5.
Disabled and dazed.
He's dazed, so he can only choose to either move or attack, and his free actions, whatnot.
Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and provide a visual here.
You guys want to see another foul one?
So the thing being confused and terrified, it does what any child, now turned adult, now terrified because of the deformity and suffering some horrible sights, can do. He's gonna lash out at Spencer. So this one only had a +3, so it'd be a -2. Does an 11 hit your parry, Spam?
Yeah, you know it doesn't.
I have to ask this out loud for everybody else.
That's fair, but no, it does not.
So it makes a terrified swing, attempting to backhand you in fright as it seems to try to circle around itself but can't really move, and lean back, giving them all like kitty cat doll eyes. And move on to the next person. Treasure. Same one in front of you is not looking well enough, although everyone being scared by Dahlia, except you, probably more to your favor. What you gonna do?
That's quite easy. Let's hit the one in front of me twice.
Oh dear God.
So DC 16. Toughness followed by a DC 16 Fortitude.
And this one was already suffering
He's
a
bruised.
plus disabled because of the shock as well.
Yep. So
Might-
so the disabled, I do not believe will affect this one because it's maybe it does. -5 circumstance penalty on checks. Resistance checks count?
So now the toughness check. So yeah, so the toughness check and resistance check. So toughness, Basket is out. Maybe a lot. Basket is out. Ain't no rolling the thing. Poor guy took the second bruise and went completely down. You buckled him. I mean, Bill, I'll still roll the thing if you want, just to know how much of the soul you took.
Yeah, if I took any at all.
If you took any at all. And that would still be at a minus, say, 7 assist point. Poor guy's out.
That'd be 2 degrees of failure, so yeah, he'd be incapacitated either way.
So, and you do feel yourself definitely more fueled up for any future alchemy. Surprisingly, still youthful. The spirit's still spry.
Let's see.
The
here.
body, the form.
How many of these? How many things are left?
One more, the one with 4 arms, who is currently assaulting the Balancer and Jace at the current moment. I believe you still have some movement left, but
I thought I was next to the bouncer.
No, you're in front of the bouncer. The bouncer started to move away, and then Jace managed to try to get the bouncer to try to man up after they got like 5 feet away from you fighting.
That's
only for shenanigans to pursue, and then Mr. Forearms mutation came out, and so on and so forth.
Check something real fast. I can't do that. So I'm going to let me see here.
Hurry the platypus! What are you doing in Arago? Not the tri-state area. Get out of here.
How close am I to the entrance of the club?
About 15 feet, where Jace and the third thing are currently 5 feet away from the entrance.
I'm going to hide in plain sight, disappearing literally into the entrance of the club.
Alright, so the first to illegally smuggle himself inside the club as he hears 2002 electronic beat music and other
I'm
hip hop R&B.
I'm just inside the doorway. I'm just concealed. That's all I'm aiming for, and that's a
In fact, you're still able to hear that now. It's like definitely distinguishable now that you're past the noise canceling doors. With only one still open. But yeah, that's where you're at right now. And wait, was there a transient in this? Should he even be playing right now? Because I don't think he's part of the team right now. I don't think he's here. What's he doing in my freaking initiative lineup? What's going on here? Alright, we'll move on to James. While we still have time, trying to mosey on.
Well,
Here's
I've
my
just
good
been
theory.
struck, and I'm very angry. Therefore, brain hemorrhage.
I'm gonna look up his forearms and just cause brain everything. Please do. Let's see.
I don't think I roll for this. It's a will save and a DC of 11.
Yeah. So 1 second. The thing has, being one of them different sets actually does have bonuses to his will. Only by +2. Oh man.
How many degrees of failure is that?
See, 7 from 11. That's 1 degree of failure since it's less than 5. So he's dazed.
And trying to remember what my hover chair can do at minimum capacity. Not trying to kill these guys.
Just consider whatever action you have Rockin' Prime do. Just have a -2 to the roll.
Suggestion. And I have an ability on Rockin' Prime where I can deploy a smoke cloud. I don't know if it's like a smoke grenade or if it just comes out from him, but if it is a smoke grenade, can I just hit him in the face with it?
Let's see. Same site. Area 15 square feet radius. Attack. It isn't an attack.
It says ranged. It says ranged.
So once more, it's up to how you want to flavor it.
I want to shoot this kid in the face with a smoke grenade.
A quick warning to all children nearby. Throwing projectiles is a fun but terrifying thing if the projectile is made of metal. Always wear safety precautions like goggles, face mask, and a catcher's mitt when throwing metal objects. Safety first before fun. So go ahead and give me the roll for the
What do I roll for this?
DC 12. Okay, so it's 12 for them to try to look through, and it's 15 square feet. DC attack. So let me double check the attack portions he has. Smoke cloud area concealment. That's a DC will. Oh, so I just got to roll a DC will 12. So pretty much hit. Give me a second. Let me roll. Let me roll. This poor bastard, he's currently also dazed, but not scared. Since the last one was +2, this one's also gonna be at a +2, and motherfuck! That hemorrhage is so bad he can't see past the clouds.
So we did brain hemorrhage and we followed it up immediately with severe head trauma. I really wish I could find that.
He's gonna die.
I really wish I could find that GIF from the Arkham games where Batman punches a guy in the air and the Batmobile point blanks him with a rubber shell.
That's a wonderful example. So will that be all, James?
Well, considering he is been dazed, smoked, and probably given brain damage, I feel like I should end my turn there.
Well, then, it's currently your turn. You just watch a thing that you could sworn
I puddle.
might be your dad. What's up?
I puddle.
Yeah, puddle. Sorry.
No, I'm saying I go down.
Ah, okay.
She gets a little warm.
Things
Right,
got
because you
scary,
can't,
therefore she melts when things get scary. So she puddles and goes towards Transient, which is away from Dahlia. That's her turn.
Oh, good. All right. Go over to Thing 1. Wait. No, Thing 1's knocked out. Right? Yeah. Yeah!
Yeah,
You knocked out Thing 1 last round.
I need to remove him from initiative.
So we're going over to Dahlia. Rifle and
Is my
arm.
turn?
You just. Yep. You
Okay,
just watched
so-
as Thing 1 got knocked out by Transient after seeing Thing 2 have his eardrums like nearly ruptured by Spencer's sonic boom. And over in the corner you see Thing 3 with its 4 arms now struggling with a smoke cloud that's slowly covering up the entrance of the Vanessa's suggestion and slowly obscuring everybody else's view. But you can still
I'm
see
gonna
past it.
roll. I'm gonna roll insight to see if I think they've got it all, or would that be perception?
It'd be insight if you're trying to accurately ponder if your friends can handle the remainder of the situation as you go advance elsewhere. It'd be perception if you're actively looking for an entrance or a different position to move to, like a spot to hide at or another enemy that might be hiding.
Yeah, they probably got it. It's fine. Dahlia just walks into the club. Yeah, they're fine. There's no big deal. It's nothing to worry about. It's cool.
You're so confident that they got the rest of it that your terrifying presence does automatically turn off as you meander over towards the door where Transy is currently chilling at, as well as Puddle, who's currently trying to creep beneath the other door. I'll go over to Thing 3, currently dazed, blind, and suffering a brain hemorrhage. He's going to attempt to look for Jace and attempt to smack at him. Let me double check one thing. So first, there's another DC Will 12 to see how much it affects him. If I'm reading that right, is it still affecting his vision? Yeah, since it's his turn now. So once more, another will check to see if he can try to see you, or if his vision's still obscured. Yes. Oh, he is not happy. He finally looks over at Jace and his glowing blue eyes amongst the mist. Ah, shoot. Yeah.
Ninja.
Yeah, that sounds about right. As he goes over to try to swing at Jace again, well, he can't go over to try to swing. He's stuck either moving or striking. Jace, are you still right next to him?
I'm dazed, so I couldn't move.
Right. So yeah, he is going to attempt to swing at you 4 times with his forearm.
Actually, DM, if anything tries to hit him, I'm going to interpose right in front of him.
Isn't the guy trying to hit me dazed?
Yes, he can only take He can only take 3 actions and either a standard action or choose to move. He's choosing to try a standard action and attack.
His standard attack is 4 attacks?
Multi-attack.
Oh wait, I have to see the guy, don't I?
See the guy and be within
Moving
believe-
range.
Moving range isn't the issue. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, sure.
No.
So you're able to take the first. You're able to interpose the first strike, Spencer, but the other three will go towards Jace.
Okay. Are you rolling the hit?
Yes. Just give me 1 second, trying to figure out one thing.
Also, it depends on if he's trying to hit multiple targets. If it's multiple targets, then that means that technically, I don't remember.
He's all trying to hit me, so
Does a 13 beat your parry, Spence? No, it does not beat your parry, Spence.
No, it does not. That was
So
a
you're
good
able
try.
to first one.
Just all of a sudden, that was a lot more solid than I remember.
The
Natural
second
20.
one manages to come out flying.
I have to look at the interpose advantage.
And I think the third hit, but the last one didn't. No, wait, no, the last one does hit. Damn it, keep forgetting. -5. All right. So let's see. Got to double check damage on criticals for auto successes.
Darn. Unless you want to roll that multi-attack is technically one attack action.
You know, that's not how I rule it.
one standard action. That's all he gets with Daze. When it's multiple attacks, it counts as one action based off how Daze works.
Well, it's after one attack, so technically, I block the 13. The other ones just pummel you.
Okay, so let's see where we're having the critical. Critical success. What was the ruling on that? That it increased by an additional 5, goes up from 15 plus the rank to 20 plus the rank.
Yeah, it brings up the DC up by 5
So then,
to resist.
then Jace, the first roll will be against the DC 24. The next 2 rolls will be against the DC 19 for toughness.
Okay, let's see what the first one is.
Question: smoke grenade.
Hey, I beat it, Jay. I got it. Fuck your
There's a
crap.
smoke grenade still.
He managed to beat the will resistance for the smoke grenade
Okay.
when I rolled earlier.
Fuck your crit, DM.
Yeah, that did tell my crit to go fuck itself. You just met that damage, so go ahead and roll the
What am I
next
trying to beat for the second two?
19.
19.
That's a 16. That's at least 1 degree of failure. And third one, 17. Again, 1 degree of failure.
So 2
So
more
smoke grenade.
bruises.
What's the max bruises we have before it becomes worse?
You take minuses every time that you gain a bruise.
And it goes until you manage
And
to
you go
hit
out for-
either 3 degrees of failure twice or a 4 degrees of failure outright.
Okay.
Yep.
I've had 9 bruises before.
And still stood.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you're at, what was it, 2 bruises right now?
2 bruises and dazed.
3 bruises and dazed.
I didn't get a bruise the first time.
You always
you
get
did.
a bruise.
Yeah. The bruise is in addition to the other effects.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing I'm not having to roll for any of my attacks.
Right.
It doesn't go against attacks. It goes against your toughness saves.
Yep. Yeah, it goes against any resistances.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So now that that's done, we're going back to the top of the round where we still have about 8 minutes before we call it a game. Or
We
do you
won't
like
make
one
it
here?
through.
Do we want to call it here for now?
I mean, we can probably beat this guy down if we go quick during that Malachar pieced out.
True. So Spencer, it's currently your turn. Thing 3 has just struck you with you tank, but really try to lay a hurting on your friend Jace there. I'm sure that struck a chord with you.
Yes.
About that.
Yes, it did. So, I'm gonna punch it hard, but not hard enough to kill it. Just hard enough to just kind of right hook, pretty much like right hook right into its jaw.
All right.
Follow up that
Does
brain
your
damage
attack-
with severe trauma.
Don't one of your attacks have multi-attack, Spencer?
That would be my. I have to check that.
It's your claws.
It's my claws. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's my claws. I think so. Yep. So it's just gonna be an unarmed strike this time.
All right, go ahead and give me that sweet unarmed strike.
Okay, give me a second. Unarmed strike is a +6, DC 21, but it said is whatever it is. Roll 1 D20 +6. That's a 14. I'm gonna use a Benny on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Spencer the Benning Machine. Goodness
Wow.
gracious, right?
6. That's a 21 DM.
All right, that's a solid clock in the guy's skull. So what's the DC again for tough?
It says DC 22 on my unarmed strikes, but on the actual powers it says DC 21.
21's our limit right now.
So 21, yeah, highest possible limit. Gosh darn it, DM!
He takes a bruising. He fails by 1 degree. So that puts the guy up at, I want to say,
2 bruises.
yep, at 2 bruises. Guy's looking really, really out of it right now. 2 bruises and dazed. I believe, yeah, just dazed right now. So, was there anything else, my good kitty cat?
I can't do much else.
That means we switch over to Transient, who is currently over at the door.
And suddenly appears and does 2 kidney punches. I'm just going to roll both of the attacks at once. Because that is a surprise attack.
Transient looks over. Oh, goodness.
So that is a 24 and a 30 to hit, which I believe do hit. In which case, DC 16 toughness twice and DC 16 will twice.
Alright, so first is that one, so toughness. Next one is also going to be the next toughness. Next will be
So that's an additional bruise for the second will save.
Alright, so that'll be...
First will save is still at the -2 penalty. The first will save is going to be at a -2, and that is 1 degree.
That is a 5, mister.
So that is a hold on.
Oh,
that
damn.
is a 1 degree of failure and 2 degrees of failure. He's immediately incapacitated.
So yeah, as you look over, seeing Spencer attempting to knock out the guy, but Thing 3 seeming to be a little bit more resilient, even though dazed. You tell Dahlia to step aside, and as you quickly dash a bit forward. And you said you were like kidney punching this guy.
Yep, 2 kidney punches, 1 on each side. Kid's gonna be pissing blood for a week.
think of First Strike being
Well-
like that maneuver from Black Star, by Black Star from Soul Eater, as you just ram straight into the left kidney, and then with a pivot and a thrust with your other arm, you strike at the right kidney, and it's that second contact that causes the eyes to roll all the way up towards the top of the skull, and Thing 3 just collapses in front of Spencer, splayed out.
Spencer won't glow at all. He just good looking great. Good job, and then gives a thumbs up.
Well, I think I'm well fed. Let's go find Wilda's dad.
In the meantime,
We'll do
Dahlia's been looking for Wilda's dad in the strip club. Is why she went in.
All right, and we'll start looking for Wilda's dad next time on Master Knock. We do thank you again for joining us here at Yuruka Kage's channel. Do subscribe to her and check her out on more of the games that she does play. Anyone else here want to have a shout out for themselves or for other channels they want to? Please go ahead.
She's very nice. Please.
Thanks.
Just show your
Yeah, kind of cool.
Anyway, we will see you next time. Goodbye.